So again, we welcome the YouTube live listeners as well as the Facebook live listeners. We'll be singing the Hare Krishna mantra as well as the verses, 8 verses glorifying Lord Chaitanya called Sachi Sut Ashtakam. The 8 verses glorifying the son of Mother Sachi. But first, we will sing a bhajan, kirtan of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for the first 15 minutes. And then the next 30 minutes would be the bhajan Sacisuta Ashtakam. Hare Krishna. Welcome again. Thank you for your online association. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Everybody loudly together, please. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki,
Jai,
Shri Guru Varga ki.
Jai. So it is said that when Sachi Mata would experience separation from Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sachi Mata would sing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in this particular tune that we just sung. It's a very special tune which used to be, this was told by His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Guru Maharaj, and he sang this tune very beautifully in the same mood of separation that Srila Sachi Mata had for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in that same mood now we will continue to sing and glorify this beautiful golden child of Sri Sachi Mata, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the form of this beautiful Ashtakam that is called as Sri Sacisuta Ashtakam. This Sacisuta Ashtakam is actually written by Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He has written these beautiful 8 verses glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the beloved son of Shachi Devi. So we will recite each of these verses, and also after reciting each verse, we will tell a little bit about the verse, we will understand the meaning of the verse, and then we will move to the next verse so that we can understand what we are singing and who we are glorifying. So with this mood, taking the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Vargas, Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Mother Sachi Devi, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all of our spiritual masters, we now dive into the nectar of Sri Sacisuta Ashtakam.
Navagauravadam Navapushpasharam Navabhavadaram Navalasyaparam Navahasyacharam Navahemavaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
complexion is is the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum. He is the ever fresh Cupid who shoots arrows of newly blossoming flowers. He bears newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies. He's fond of performing novel dances. He makes ever new jokes that cause much laughter. His brilliant luster is like freshly cast gold. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. In this verse, it is explained how his complexion is like the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radharani, none other than Krishna, none other than Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Although his form is golden complexioned, his hue, his luster is still of that of Radharani, like fresh cream, soft with kumkum, red kumkum. He has newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies. This is written by Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was actually a Mayavadi. He was a Mayavadi sannyasi who wanted to convert Lord Chaitanya into Mayavad, who thought Lord Chaitanya is just emotional. He's nice, but he's emotional. And during the conversation with Lord Chaitanya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya himself got convinced and became a devotee. And now he is glorifying the emotional ecstasies of love of God, of Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. When he would see Lord Jagannath, he would have such ecstasies, he would just melt. And in his melting, he would offer obeisances. When he would go to Tota Gopinath temple, outside the temple, he would see mounds of sand. And that would remind him of Vrindavan, of Govardhan. And he would just raise his arms and run, Govardhan, Govardhan, in the mood of separation from Sri Vrindavan Dham. In Jagannath Puri, such ecstasies. He would perform such wonderful dances, and he would joke with the devotees, with Nityananda Prabhu, with Gadadhar Pandit in Sri Jagannath Puri. Again, as is said, his luster is like fresh cast gold, but his hue is like Radharani fresh cream. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi.
Nava premayutam nava nisa shocham nava veshakritam nava premarasam nava vilasachubam premavayam pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is endowed with ever fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like the color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever new fashions. He relishes ever new mellows of love for Krishna. He shines in the ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold processes of devotion. He is permeated with a most auspicious loving nature. I bow down to Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. So in this particular verse, the second one, Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is glorifying the beautiful luster of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bodily complexion. Like this is Krishna himself, with the mood and the complexion of his topmost devotee, Srimati Radharani. And therefore his complexion is that of fresh butter, molten gold like fresh butter. Here they are talking about, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is talking about the effulgences that are permeating from the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said, I was hearing to one class by His Grace Jananivas Prabhu, and he was sharing a point that sometimes children ask the question that why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? We sometimes don't have answers to these questions. The actual reason is there is answer to these questions. And Jananivas Prabhu explained very beautifully that the reason why the sky appears blue is because of the bodily effulgence coming from Krishna. When the bodily effulgence comes from Krishna, Krishna is bluish complexion, therefore it reflects on the sky and it is blue in color. When Srimati Radharani, when she comes and she permeates a golden complexion. So Jananivas Prabhu asked a question that what happens when we mix blue and gold or blue and yellow? We get the color green. So the green color signifies the two lordships coming together. That is the color of the earth. That is the color of abundance, as it is said. Of prosperity is the color green. That is the mixing of the two effulgences with Sri Radha and Krishna. And that combination is Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who is so beautifully glorified in this second verse by Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. That we bow down to this golden child of Mother Shachi, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
Hari Bhakti Param Hari Namataram Kara Japyataram Hari Namataram Nayane Satatam Pranaya Shuddharam Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
He is absorbed in the devotion to Sri Hari. He maintains the chanting of the names of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the fingers of his hands. He is addicted to the name of Hari. He always has tears of love welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. Here it's explained how Lord Chaitanya is so absorbed in devotion This absorption in bhakti, in devotional service, is the purpose of life. We are all yearning for the taste so that we can absorb ourselves with feelings and emotions, offering all of what we can to Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught by his example. How can we be absorbed in devotion? Kara Japya Karam. He maintains the chanting of the names of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the fingers of his hands. This counting is very important. Many people think, if we are chanting, why do we need to count how many rounds we are chanting? We chant using tulsi beads. Lord Chaitanya used to chant using hands, using fingers. But counting is important. Because if we are serious about anything in our life, if we are serious about starting a business, would we say, why do I have to count how much money I'm getting, how much money I'm spending? I don't need to count, I just do business. No, if we are serious, the sign of that seriousness is that we count. We make an account. When we count, we become accountable. We can see how many rounds we chanted. Otherwise, we can chant so many times and we feel, oh, I must have chanted 16 rounds. No, we must be very careful. And not only that, he would not stop at 16 rounds. He's addicted to the name of Hari. In fact, anyone who would come in contact with Lord Chaitanya, he would become addicted to the name of Hari. That is the symptom that a person is addicted to the name of Hari, is when another person sees or touches, just by that association, that person also is inspired to chant the name of Hari. Just like the fisherman, when Lord Chaitanya went into the ocean in the Jagannath Puri, and he was not to be found. All the devotees were searching for him, and a fisherman caught in the fishnet. Lord Chaitanya came out, and as soon as the fisherman touched the Lord, he started chanting Hari, 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 Hari. And the fisherman himself was addicted. He felt that he is overpowered by a ghost. And he's not able to stop chanting. And he came out with Lord Chaitanya in his boat, who was in ecstasy. He was just in his internal consciousness in ecstasy. And when he came out, and the devotees, when he saw the devotees, this devotees seeing the fisherman helplessly chanting Hari, 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 understood that he had the association of Lord Chaitanya. In this way, Lord Chaitanya would have tears in his eyes and chant the holy names. We bow down to such a son of Mother Shachi. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is always removing the suffering of material existence for mankind. He is the goal of life for persons who are dedicated to their supreme interest. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prem. He removes the burning fever of this material world. I bow down to Sri Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. So here Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is talking about the burning fever of material existence. That Mahaprabhu destroys and he removes the burning fever, means the suffering of the living entities. When in the spiritual world, Srimati Radharani, one day, she was profusely crying tears and she was burning up with a headache in her forehead. And Krishna came and asked, my dear Sakhi, why? Why are you so sad? Why are you having a headache? Why are you crying? And Srimati Radharani responded that I am crying, seeing the fallen condition of the miserable condition of the people in this dark age of Kali Yuga. So then Krishna showed in his Kaustubha Mani, he showed to Srimati Radharani that don't worry Radhe, we are going together to relieve the suffering of the people in Kali Yuga. And thus combining, Sri Krishna combining with the mood and complexion of Srimati Radharani has come to relieve the miserable condition, the suffering of the people in general. So we bow down to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who out of his own causeless mercy, by accepting the mood and the complexion of his dearmost devotee, Srimati Radharani, is manifesting such mercy, so much prema. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we bow down to his lotus feet.
Nija bhakti karam priya charutaram nachanagaram rajakulam kuladamini manasa lasya karam pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
He motivates pure devotion unto himself. He is most attractive to his beloved servitors. By his dramatic dancing, he exhibits the characteristics of the king of paramours. He causes the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. Here it explains, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying that just seeing, he motivates pure devotion unto him, his own self, unto Krishna, who is none other than Lord Chaitanya. By his dramatic dancing, like he organized the dance in front of the Ratha Yatra, he would dance in ecstasy in front of Lord Jagannath all throughout the procession. And not only he himself, seeing him dancing in such ecstasy, all the devotees would automatically, spontaneously start dancing, jumping and chanting from the heart. He organized so many different kirtan processions during the Rath Yatra procession. And in each procession, there were assigned the singers, the dancers, the kartal players, the mridanga players, and exactly how many kartal players, how many mridanga players, such that they can magnify the singing. There were no microphones. but they were played in such a way that the singer's singing was enhanced, and it inspires everyone to dance in 7 different circles. And in the middle, like the whirl of the lotus flower, was the beautiful mother of son of Mother Sachi, Gaura. We bow down to the Gaura, beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
Sri Gauranga plays kartals as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's throat emits sweet melodious sounds, and the vibrant notes of the veena are softly played. He thus inspires the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with aspects of his own devotional service. I bow down to Sri Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. So here Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is describing that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's singing, his dancing, his playing the kartals, everything inspires the people around him to spontaneously surrender to Sri Krishna. Just like Prabhu was describing how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu organized groups of kirtans, groups of dancing parties in front of the chariot of Lord Jagannath. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally expanded into each of those groups. Just like Krishna, while in the Rasa dance, he expanded to be with each and every gopi and dance with each and every one of them. And each and every gopi thought that, oh, we are so fortunate that Krishna is dancing with me. Similarly, when Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu expanded himself and danced in every of the kirtan groups, all the devotees in each of those groups were thinking, our group is so fortunate. Mahaprabhu chose our group to dance so beautifully in emotional love of God. Mahaprabhu's each and every action, he actually inspired the devotees in the various ways of devotional service, even how to take darshan of the Supreme Lord. It is said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he would see Lord Jagannath, if we go to the temple of Lord Jagannath in Puri even today, near the Garuda Stambha, there's a wall towards the back which has these three finger markings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu would lean his 3 fingers on this wall and he would lean over to see Lord Jagannath. So Mahaprabhu's ecstasy would be so high that out of his ecstatic, fire in his fingers, the wall melted. And till today, we can see these 3 depressions in that stone wall in Jagannath Puri's temple. And near Garuda Stambha, Mahaprabhu was once taking darshan and there was so much crowd. So there was one old lady who was very much inspired to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. And she was old, she could not do it. So she just thought that Mahaprabhu, who was standing near Garuda Stambha, she mistook him to be a golden pillar. And she climbed on Mahaprabhu's shoulders to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. And all the devotees said, "Hi, hi, what is this old lady doing? She's causing offense to Lord Chaitanya by standing on his transcendental body." But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he never minded, he never felt bad. Rather, he felt so much ecstatic emotions that because of him, he inspired that old Mataji to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. This is how merciful Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is when we bow down to Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu begging for his mercy.
Yuga dharma yutam punarnanda sutam dharani suchitam bhava bhavuchitam dhananyachitam nijavasayutam pranayami Sacisuta
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
He is accompanied by the Sankirtan movement, which is the religious practice for the age of Kali. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj, come again. He is the extraordinarily brilliant ornament of the earth. His preaching mood is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. His consciousness is fixed in meditation on his own form of Krishna. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abode. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. This particular verse 7 of Sacisuta Ashtakam is very similar to the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, where it actually predicts the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. 5,000 years ago, it was already predicted. This verse is written 500 years ago when Lord Chaitanya already came. 5,000 years ago, it said, 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagjay Sankirtana Prayay Yajanti Sumedhasa. That he will come. He will glorify Krishna, Krishna Varnam. Here again, same thing. He will glorify Krishna, Sankirtan movement. Tvisha Krishnam, but his color will not be like Krishna. Sangopangastra Parshadam, come with all his associates. Yagyai Sankirtana Prayer, he will start the Sankirtan movement. This verse also says he is accompanied by Sankirtan movement. Yajanti hi sumedhasa, those who are intelligent, they will follow. Because this is the religious practice for the age of Kali. Simply congregation chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Again, it says he's always accompanied by his transcendental abode. Sang Upanga Astra Parshadam. That is his weapon. The association of devotees is the real weapon. Because if we are in the association of devotees, we will chant. But if we are simply chanting but not associating with devotees, it's not possible to continue chanting. So the Yuga Dharma is actually Sangha, the association of devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Arunam Nayanam Charanam Vasadam
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
Sri Gauranga's lotus eyes, the soles of his lotus feet, and his clothing are reddish, like the color that heralds the rising sun. As he utters his own names, his voice falters. He awakens a sweet flavor to life throughout the universe. I bow down to Sri Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. Here in this last verse, a very, very important tattva is talked about by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, where Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is glorifying the lotus eyes, the lotus feet, and the clothing of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu to be like Aruna. Aruna means like the rising sun, which is actually called as saffron. So Mahaprabhu's eyes, it is said that you see the eyes of Lord Jagannath. Jagannath has so much of red around his eyes. First there's the black, then there's the white, and there's so much of red. It is said the redness in the eyes comes because of the compassion. The more compassion any person has, their eyes become more and more reddish. So Lord Jagannath, he is so compassionate that he doesn't even have eyelids. He doesn't blink. He's the Lord who does not blink. And similarly, he has so much of compassion that Lord Jagannath's eyes are so reddish. Similarly, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's eyes, they're always crying in tears of emotional love of God and in crying for seeing the suffering of the others, the other living entities. So Mahaprabhu is always looking for opportunity how to deliver the fallen people in this Kali Yuga. The soles of Mahaprabhu's lotus feet is always reddish. Rangacharan is reddish in color. And his clothing is also reddish. It is saffron. Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and thus he wore the saffron color of a renunciant. There's a very beautiful reason why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wore saffron and why he took sannyas. It is said that in Krishna Leela, when Sri Krishna left Vrindavan in his physical form, Srimati Radharani, in separation from Krishna, she accepted Aruna Vastra. She used to wear saffron Vastra. And when Krishna, he immediately came to know that Srimati Radharani, she has stopped doing Shringar, that she is now dressing herself like a renunciant in separation from Krishna. At that very moment, Krishna promised in his heart to Srimati Radharani that Sri Radhe, to reciprocate with this love of yours, I promise that I will also come and I will accept this Aruna Vastra, this saffron Vastra in separation from you. So Krishna, when he came as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, in the mood of separation from Srimati Radharani, he accepted sannyas. So this is the beautiful reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srimati Radharani's, mood is encompassed within Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One time, Sri Vrishabhanu Maharaj was giving out in charity. And he was saying that please bring a container to take whatever I'm giving you. And Srimati Radharani especially did not like one time that when one person came, they did not have a patra, they did not have a bowl in their hand. So Vrishabhanu Maharaj sent them back and said, please bring a bowl so I can give it to you. So Radharani, she did not like that concept. So she decided at that moment that when I come with Sri Krishna as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, I will not see whether a person is patra or a kupatra. Means a person is qualified or not. Without seeing any distinguishing factor, I will give mercy without any reason. That is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we bow down at the lotus feet of such a beautiful, magnanimous personality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is so amazingly, beautifully giving out the mercy of Sri Krishna, Krishna Prem, without any qualification. So begging for the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let us once more, together chant this Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram.
Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sacisuta Gauravaram. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Shri Sacisuta Ashtakam ki Shri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya ki Srila Prabhupada ki Srila Gurudev ki
Jai Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bol Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Thank you all so much for your online association. We look forward to your association more and more. Please let us know through your comments how we may serve you better. So please continue to give us your online association. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful Gaura night. Hare Krishna.